All right. Hi, everyone. This is Chrissie Ferguson from the Wishlist Foundation, and I am here interviewing Black Circle, a Pearl Jam cover band, but also they have their own album out since 2020. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that as well. So welcome, guys, and thank you so much for taking time to talk to me. I appreciate
Hey,
Cool. I'm
Chrissy.
happy.
Thanks
Happy
for
to be
having
here.
us.
How you doing? Thank you.
it. So we're going to start with the band. You guys have been together since 2016, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me a little bit of a backstory. How did you all come together? Did you know each other before this, before you all came together, or were you searching for particular band members and then you came together? Can someone tell me about that?
Well, I'm gonna take that one since I haven't been with the band since the very beginning. So I'm gonna take that one and see if I learned the whole history before the five of us. So Nick, Sergio, and Gabriel, they already played in a band together. It was a Pearl Jam tribute band as well, and they broke up with their lead singer, and they were looking for another singer, and they found me on YouTube. That was in 2016, middle of the year probably. And well, there was another guitarist before Luis that left the band at the end of the year, beginning of 17. And then Luis joined in to bring his talents. And that's how it all began. Black Circle started in 16, but Luis joined the band a little bit after.
Okay, great. So was it always a Pearl Jam cover band? Was that always the goal of the band, or did you start with another sound and then kind of say, let's try to cover these Pearl Jam songs because we all love Pearl Jam so much?
Nah, I guess it was Pearl Jam from the beginning.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of love there for the band, and that's something I've done. For a good part of my life was covering Eddie and Pearl Jam and these guys too. And I think it was like this encounter was the perfect fit. But yeah, we started with this idea of covering Pearl Jam and playing at many places and becoming recognized. But then the originals they came along the way. The idea for the originals, but the whole the very beginning was Pearl Jam focused for sure.
Okay, so I don't want to keep focusing on Lenny, but I feel like it's a good segue. So if they found you on YouTube, you must have already had the Eddie Vedder voice. Did you already have that, or how did your voice come to be sounding so much like his? Did you train it?
I still don't agree 100% with everybody, but yeah, I guess that from the age of 17 until 25, no, not 25, early 20s, I listened to Pearl Jam a lot, and it's always been my favorite band. And considering Eddie a god when it comes to writing and singing, and that guy's wow, still. But the voice, I guess, yeah, trying to emulate as a teenager. You do that with your idols, and eventually, just I think I found the sound. I found a way to sound similar to him. But I think it all kind of it became a little close. The voice became a little closer as we started the band, because I got to listen to other versions and other stages of Pearl Jam. I'd been away from Pearl Jam for a while when I started with the band, and then I went back to listening to other stuff, newer stuff, live shows, and seeing the way that Ad sang that part of that other part that maybe now he couldn't sing the same way as he sung when he was 20 something. And then that got me some insights of I could do this and I could do that, and then the voice got a little bit more similar over time, but I still don't agree 100% that you know
You sound an awful lot like him, so it's pretty cool. So for one of the other guys, so I saw on Spotify that you all are called one of the top Pearl Jam cover bands in the world. So what do you feel about that?
Let me take this one. Um,
that's crazy, you know, because thinking on everything that we went through last year, um, either good or bad stuff. It's crazy because we never thought that we could reach the world um, in a conscious way. Because, of course, when you do things over the internet, you're expecting to reach out people anywhere in the world. But if you since the internet is a very open network, you still have to find your audience through a deep sea of people or IP numbers. So we never thought that this could be possible to reach out to the band or reach out to people in the United States or Australia or whatever. When all those incredible places that our work have reached. So it's still we don't know how to think about this still yet.
Right. And it must be hard too, because your album just came out, yet you're not able to tour or go out and about with.
I wasn't able to see my own album release because I was with COVID in the hospital.
Oh, you were.
Yeah, so when the album was released, I was uh, in the hospital treating for COVID. So
Oh, that's terrible. Well, I'm glad that you're okay. And when this is all over, you all will have, I'm sure, a tour planned, and or is that something that you're thinking about? Does anybody want to answer that? Are you all thinking about touring? I know that we don't even know what's going to happen with COVID or when we'll be able to travel, but do you think that you'll do that one day?
Okay, so let me take part of that. I believe that we had a lot of time to think about touring, but as you said, the COVID thing is something that hit us. We couldn't even think about it, and it really changed our lives for some reasons for better and for some reasons for worse. But the touring things is something that if we if possibly if we were not struggling to fight this pandemics, we would be probably now playing on small pubs and small venues in Rio and not thinking about the album. So the pandemics gave us the chance to really work on the album and release it. And well, now we can only wait for the COVID to go away or at least be controlled, totally controlled. So we may start touring in Brazil and as well as in the US, which is our main goal to this year, or at least to when these all these crazy times go away.
Right. Well, you certainly have gotten a lot of exposure as a band during this time of COVID. It's been a real positive light for a lot of us to know that you have a show coming on and we have something to look forward to and to watch when we're in our homes or not able to go to concerts. And I know that you all kind of started doing more benefits as throughout this time of COVID. And I know you worked with or you were helping Sound Girls and Carrie Kai's, and I know that you did an ED research benefit. What were some of the other organizations that you helped out during this time to play songs and to benefit, to have benefits for? Does anybody else is it Louise or anyone who hasn't talked? Gabrielle?
Yeah. There was one we did last year in Mother's Day. That one was really special. That one was to Mães das Favelas, which in English means mothers from, how can I say, from the suburbs? How can I say it, Lenny?
From the slums.
From the slums. Mothers in the
Yeah.
slums.
Yeah. That one was really special. you said Sound Girls and EBRP,
And Zoe.
and that was the Zoe. The Zoe edition was really special. We raised money to get a guide dog for a little girl that was going blind due to a disease, and we actually did. We could raise enough money for it, so it was really special, and those were all really special causes that we were really happy to be a part of, and I wouldn't imagine to be a part of that in 2019 if anyone asked me, you know. So I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, I mean, think about all these different organizations and the people you've helped through your music. It must be a really great feeling. That's great.
Yeah, that was really good.
So let me see what other questions I have for you. So when we talked about EB research, that obviously got the attention of Jill and Ed. Tell us about how that transpired and what that was like to have their support of your band for this event. Anybody?
Well, I think I'm gonna take that one. I started sending Jill a couple of links to videos of our band playing through Instagram. I'm sure she had, of course, a lot to do, so she never responded. But then one day after we did the video of Clairvoyance, Mike McCready retweeted our video and saying it was congratulations, amazing, something like that. And then I figured, well, I should send her that. And then I sent it to her. She said, yeah, no, you guys are amazing, blah, blah. I've heard about you and this and that. And then every time we did something, I asked her to watch, you know, if you have time, you could watch. And one day she did. So 5 minutes before the Zoe concert, I sent her the link and she said, okay, we're all going to watch it, all of us. And then we just got nervous, all of us. They're going to be watching, at least she's going to be watching, right? And then in the middle of the show, we started getting messages from our friends saying that Eddie was watching and posting about it. And it was just surreal. No one could have imagined that. I mean, we were not doing that for that purpose, you know. Yeah. We were playing a show to help a little girl, and then all of a sudden, I think the spirit somehow of, you know, goodness spread it, and then Eddie contacted us after the show, and wow, I still don't know how to feel about it. I don't think any of us do, but ever since it's been a bless, you know. Every time that they reach out and they want us to do something with them. We did, you know, the EB show at the end of the last year, and it was phenomenal, you know. And anytime that they need us, we're here.
That's great. Yeah, and that was an amazing night. I watched all of it, and you all did a great job, and it was so wonderful how many people came and watched and chipped in, and there was a lot of money raised for people in need, which was really great. So last Saturday, we were going to talk last Thursday prior to your event, but that didn't work out, obviously. So tell me how you came to deciding to play or to cover Versus last Saturday. How'd that
AI? Where's he? I don't know. Who are you pointing to? I can't hear you. You're muted.
You're muted, man. I'm not muted anymore. So on my phone screen, it's you. I'm pointing at you, Sergio.
Okay.
Oh, Sergio.
Yeah, that's crazy because we feel like at some point of last year, we are maybe losing some focus on doing our live streams because they didn't have a theme or a subject to treat for. Because since we can't play live, our live streams became our main source of income. So when we were discussing what to do with the live streams, since we are going to start the year number 2 of the pandemic, so we have to face another entire year maybe of this situation. So we came about the idea of making some full album shows. I don't know if we are capable to do all the Pro Jam albums entirely, but since we've done versus the entire versus in the past live in our shows in venues of Rio de Janeiro and Brazil, I remember that we could do this again. And last year we also did the entire 10 show in the month of August when 10 was original released. So that's how we came up with this idea. It was such a challenge, a big challenge, especially for Lenny, because versus track lists are very aggressive. All the songs have very aggressive vocals since Eddie was in his 20s. And to me, it sounds like the most heavy album, Pro Jam album, or at least more energetic. So it was a musical challenge to us to do this in front of the cameras with the mic pointed right to your face or your instrument plugged straight into the desk. So any minor mistakes could be listened. So that was a challenge.
Well, I think you guys did a great job.
Also,
Probably my favorite album, and my kids, of course, hear me listening to Pearl Jam all the time, and having you guys on, and they really thought you were Pearl Jam. So that's that's pretty amazing. So I think you guys did a great job. I'm sorry, one of you was speaking.
now I was saying that not only this kind of pressure we were under while we were playing the Versus album, but just adding something to what Sergio said. We got all that pressure, and any minor mistake could be listened. And imagine maybe Eddie Vedder would be watching you playing his song. So it's something
That adds
even
the
heavier.
pressure. Yeah, definitely. Did you guys have to practice quite a bit before that show on Saturday, or had you already? I think you said you already had been playing those songs prior to COVID. But before a big show, do you all get together? I know usually Wednesday nights are your practice nights.
Yeah, we have sound check the day before. I mean, we've been rehearsing basically every week, but actually we're working on new songs for a new record. So we haven't been playing Pearl Jam during our rehearsals, weekly rehearsals. But every time we have a show, a live stream, we go there the day before, and we have like 2 or 3 hours to, play a few of the songs that we haven't played in a while. But with Versus, I think we've played all the songs many times. So it was just a matter of, do you have any questions about that one? Any insecurities? Do you want to play that one? And I think maybe 1 or 2 we played. We played the day before. But I think we were very focused also on the Foo Fighters songs that we did, because it was the first time we had done Foo Fighters before, but we had this challenge that we were going to play 3 songs of a different artist at the end of the set. And then we had to work on the Foo Fighters, and it's not my strong suit. So it took me a while to learn the songs, and but I think it was cool at the end. There was a lot of energy there.
Yeah, the shows are really great, and like I said, it's a lot of fun for us to know that you're playing, so that we have something to look forward to when we don't have concerts going on. So with you all being together for 4 or 5 years now, what's your relationship like? It must be very much like a family. I guess you're very close, and then there might be times that you have little like disagreements, or maybe not that at all. I don't know. Tell me what your relationships are like.
Let the psychologist.
We have a psychologist.
We all thought the same thing.
So I think he should be the one to answer that one. Gabriel?
Yeah, I think it's good we have a psychologist in the band. But it's kind of like a family, really. So we have our agreements, we have our disagreements. Sometimes we fight and things get ugly. But most of the time we're like good friends, and we are professionals most of the time, but we joke around here and there, and we have like a big family because all the members and their wives and their parents
Yeah.
and their kids. So we used to congregate often, but we're missing that right now. But anyway, it's a good chemistry we have most of the time.
Good. Yeah, and soon enough, you all will be back together with all your families, I'm sure, gathering together again. So my last question, and for each of you, so you all have to answer, is in your musical career so far, and I know you all have other jobs as well, but in your musical career so far, what are you most proud of?
It's really hard to pick just one thing.
Yeah, okay.
Talk about several things, but what obviously, you all have come very far in your career, and you have a large following, and but is there, and maybe you just have challenges that you face that you want to share. I don't mean to put you on the spot, but it's always fun to know what you're most proud of.
Okay, I'll just take it first. I think to all of us, we've never been so far as we've done or as we've been with Black Circle. So it's definitely the most the highest point in our individual careers as musicians. And I think I am proud of many achievements that we had together, especially since 2019 when we recorded our first TV show, and that fact brought our music and our tribute to all over the country. So there, it started to pop out people from all over the place in Brazil, saying and texting and messaging us, saying that they are wowed and amazing. So that's the period of our career that I think things entered in a good way of constant growing. I'm very proud of Mercury because since I'm a record producer, I've recorded and produced lots of other bands' albums, and I participated in other bands as a musician, as a guitar player, or as an arranger. But I never did an album that I could call it mine. I released a solo album, an instrumental solo album. It's like an EP. There's only 5 tracks. A year before we released Mercury in 2019, but I never went through the path of solo guitarist. I always found more interesting to work with the band or with bands in general. So to release, to record, to produce, to write some parts, and to release Mercury is I'm sure it's the first achievements that we are that I am very proud as a musician. And now I just want this engine to go on, to move on, so we can record another album, and then another album, and then another album. Since we are proving ourselves good enough to work on each other's compositions.
Okay, thanks. Anybody else want to chime in?
All right. Well, many things have happened. I don't have this much of a way with words like Sergio does. So, but a lot has happened. You know, right now we have a show of ours on Pearl Jam's YouTube channel. That's insane. We could have never thought that would happen. The recognition by Pearl Jam, Ed, Jill, most recently Glenn Hansard, and but you know, meeting these other four guys has been a bless. I mean, since the very beginning, we hit it off, and one day when we started to make music, I knew it was going to be good music. And I mean, it's my music, so I can say it's good music. But it's our music, and we're doing good music. What I'm most proud of is this guy here. This is being played all around the world. You know, people in Europe, people in Australia, people in the US. Uh, this is something that, you know, I'm 40 years old, and I didn't think that at 40 I would be releasing my first album. So I have to thank these guys for that, and it's been a blessing. So that's my pick.
All right, thank you. Anybody
Okay.
else?
Well, possibly Lenny just said everything everyone else was going to talk about
Oh no.
about Eddie Vedder and everything else. But no, I'm not fine. It's okay. I totally agree with him, and I was thinking about something different to bring to the conversation. And talking about Mercury, which is I totally agree with Lenny and Sergio. It's I believe is the thing I'm most proud of doing during all my career. But not only that, but having the chance to think the concept of the album. Um, when I first thought about the name of the guys and explained all the, I added a lot of other things that I could never think about when it comes to the name Mercury, the word Mercury, and now I had the chance to see everyone around the world, as Lenny said, talking about the album and listening to the album. I think it's priceless. And now another thing I like to say about that, which is I think that makes me extremely proud, is that we were called to participate on a event. Of course, is an online event, but with Candlebox. Candlebox will be headlining an event, and my band is playing at the same event. Okay, we got Pearl Jam. Oh yeah, it's amazing, but we're not only in the world of Pearl Jam. We are not only in the circle of Pearl Jam. We other guys from other bands and other people, they're also listening to our songs, and that's amazing. That's something I couldn't really think about when I was younger.
Yeah, that's really awesome. What about the other two of you?
Okay, so you wanna say it, Gabriel?
Sorry, you can go first.
Okay. To me, every time someone sends me a message telling me that listening to Black Circle or watching the live stream has made their day a little better somehow, you know, or when someone reaches out to us, telling us a story of their life involving something about us, like our song or a situation in one of our shows. This is the moment that I'm the most proud, you know? So with these live streams, we ended up bringing so many people together. And as the guy said, people from Serbia and India, Portugal, Canada, name it, a lot of places. And that's where I feel the biggest amount of proud, you know, of pride.
Yeah, that's got to be a great feeling when you hear from other people about making their day, or, you know, especially during COVID, when
exactly,
it's a very difficult time, and you're bringing that positive light to so many people. It's really cool. And last but not least.
Yeah, I'm gonna be cheesy and say that I'm most proud.
Cheesy.
I'm most proud of these guys playing with them, with this congregation we got here. It's playing with this state of love and trust that, working hard and being friendish to each other. I think everything everybody say follows after that. We're working hard. We're producing our art. We're staying together and helping each other, taking care of each other, and everyone that's possible around us, and how they help us back. We have a lot of help from so many people we couldn't count for all these years, and I think that's pretty much what means most to me. Like everything falls after, and I'm really happy we can help and reach out and give some entertainment to everyone.
That's great. I'm sure you guys are a great support system for each other. And you can't break up ever because you have so much great work to do still. So let's just end with telling everyone where they can get your album. And I do also want to find out a little bit more about the illustration. How did you all come up with that? And then you can tell us where the audience should go if they have not checked out your album yet. So tell me about the illustration.
Okay.
On the cover.
You're gonna go?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay. The illustration is a very complex one because we hired an artist who tried some different paths or different styles under certain briefing that we gave him, but it always a difficult thing to imagine how your artwork has to be, because we are all the time focused on the music, on the sounds, yeah. But there comes a time when you have to sum up the ideas in one image or in one photograph or in a composition. So we had to trust another artist's some kind of interpretation on our sound work. And we kind of reject some ideas until one day this illustration was shown to us, and we kind of all agree that it was the right thing to put on the cover.
And who is the illustrator? Do you remember?
It's Vitor. Vitor Arantes is his name.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So did he have to listen? Did he listen to the album and then come up with the illustration? Because I'm curious, because I do writing on the side, and a lot of writers, it's the illustrator's job. Like, you can't tell them what you want on the front. So I'm curious, did he listen and then decide on, with a little bit of your guidance, what to do?
I believe so. If I'm not mistaken, he already had the central element of the artwork. He already had that. So he used that as a point of start to everything else. So that's when I think he listened to the songs and starting to really get to work.
Okay, great. So where can everyone go if they do not have your album? What's the website?
Go on, Annie.
Well, Black Circle Band, is that it? blackcircleband.com.
Yeah,
it is where you can go and buy a record. You can buy it on vinyl, especially if you're outside of Brazil. But if you want it on CD, we can find a way to ship it to you. That's okay. Just get in touch with us, or send us a message. Also, if you want to buy other stuff too, like shirts or hats, merchandise. You can find everything there. And if you want to listen to the record right now, just go to Spotify and look for Black Circle, and then you'll find Mercury.
Okay, great. Well, it's an awesome album. I love it. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me. And good luck with everything. And I'll look forward to your next show.
Thanks a lot, Chrissie.
Thank you
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you
for having us. Yes.
Thank you.